Thank you for joining us again today. We'll continue where we left off yesterday. So yesterday, Narad Muni, traveling all over, he has reached, where is Narad Muni now? Where? He's in Dwarka. And what time of the day did he arrive there? Morning hours. And there was no need to guide him to get to the palace of Sri Krishna because he had been there many times. And how did he look like? Looked like a ghostly haunted madman. And where is Krishna? He's in the palace, inner chambers, still in the bed. He has not done early to bed and early to rise. Makes person healthy, wealthy, wise. He's just lying on. And Uddhava he normally would sit next to him, next to his bed, but that day he wanted to leave Krishna alone. Krishna was not in good mood. He was in some kind of distress. So Uddhava was sitting at the entrance of the palace, and he wasn't alone. There were several other members, including Balaram and Rohini and Rukmini and Satyabhama and Kamsa's mother, Padmavati. Remember her? And there he comes. They all noticed. And then they got up, received him, wiped his face, calmed him down, made him to take seat. And as they inquired something, so then he started speaking. And as he begins giving explanation of the state of his mind's affairs and why he had been acting like a madman. So as he started to speak, again the emotions, ecstasies aroused, and his eyes are again full of tears. And he begins glorifying Uddhava. And he said, I would like to, could you please bring me to Uddhava? Help. Where is Uddhava? Is he here? Could I see him? Uddhava wasn't very far. He was right in front, but he could not recognize because his eyes were also full of tears and not able to see. And things are not normal. Then he also was thinking, maybe I don't deserve meeting with such an exalted, most favored devotee of Krishna. So could I at least have a little dust? Padaika Raja. If not meeting face to face, at least please get me dust of his feet, and that will pacify me. I will attain Shanti, May Antaratmanaha. And then he talks on of his realizations of Uddhava. He says, this world has never ever seen devotee like Uddhava. Nobody in the distant past, Puratanai Adhunikaischa, and at the present moment, means those who are in Dwarka, no one has received anugraha, the benediction, as much as, or favors, as much as Uddhava has received. Mahattama Bhagvateshu, amongst the Bhagavatas, Mahabhagavatas, he is Mahattam, he is the topmost. He is Mahavibhuti, Vibhuti, the full of opulences, great soul. And he says, this is not just what I say or I have heard, but Swayam Uchate Cha Yaha. Lord himself has talked in these terms about Uddhava. Purve pare cha tanayaha. Lord had or has tanaya, sons like Brahma and others. And he has brothers like Shankarshan, Balaram and others. Suridaha, he has friends like Shiva and others. And he has Bharya, wife like Rama, Lakshmi. But Lord has said that this Uddhav is Priyatamaha. Because other devotees are Priya, dear to me. But Uddhav is Priyatam. And that's the title of this chapter also. This is the 6th chapter of the first part of Bhagavatamrit called Priyatam. And Lord even said, Anupama Swamurtir Nasyu Prabho. And not even more. He is more dear to me than myself. And he has said that. So in the commentary on this verse, who is commenting? Who wrote the commentary on Brihad Bhagavatamrit? Sanatana Goswami himself. Auto commentary. So he is commenting, and he quotes from 11th canto, wherein Lord said, My dear Uddhav, neither Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Shankarshan, the goddess of fortune, nor indeed my own self is as dear to me as you. So that's supporting statement of what Narad Muni said. This is what supports Lord's own statement. Bhagavad vachanani eva prathitani puratanaha. So Lord's this vachan, this statement, and vachanani, many other statements from the past, from the scriptures, reveals the great good fortune of Uddhav, how he is a most favored, most dear devotee. Gitani yadupungavaihi. And these days, the descendants of Yadu dynasty, they also sing glories of exalted position of Uddhav. They know Uddhav, how much dear he is to the Lord. This is Narad Muni talking to all those who are assembled there. And in that assembly, of course, Uddhav is sitting right there in the midst of those Dwarkavasis. And Narad Muni says, Pravishya karna dvarena mama akramya rida alayam. So when I heard about Uddhav, his glories, there in Hastinapur, Pandavas said so much about Uddhav. So Pravishya karna dvarena. I was open-minded. So all that they said entered my the karna dwar, the entrances of the ears, and that reached my hridaya, heart, and all that reached my heart kind of attacked my heart, invaded my heart, pervaded my heart, took over my heart. Madhiya sakalam dhairya dhanam lutantiha hatat. And that plundered my dhairya, being sober, being steady, being fixed, and all that. There was no more. After I heard, I became agitated. I became ecstatic and excited. And as a result, I have ended up here in Dwarka. Again, in the commentary, Sanatana Goswami is quoting another verse. This is again in 11th canto, 11:49. Athaitat paramam guhyam shranvato yadunandana Su gopyam api vakshami tvam me bhratyaha surit sakha. Before Lord, Uddhav Gita, they say. You heard? What is the name? Which is, that is in the 11th canto. There's a Bhagavad Gita. That song of God has name of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, that's Krishna's name. The other Gita, the speaker is Krishna, same speaker. But that Gita gets the title, the name, what? That becomes Uddhav Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita, that's Uddhav Gita. So there, Lord, like in Bhagavad Gita, in the middle, I think it's third or fourth chapter, Krishna said, you are very dear. Bhaktosi me sakha chayiti tadahi rahasya uttamam. You remember? I'm going to speak very confidential things to you, Arjun. And why to you? Because you are my sakha. Bhaktaha and sakha. You are my devotee and friend, very dear. That's why I'm going to reveal the confidential truth unto you. So Krishna said that to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. But in Uddhav Gita, he said that similar thing to Uddhav. And, oh beloved Yadu, beloved of Yadu dynasty, because you are my servant one, you are my well-wisher too, and my friend, I shall now speak to you the most confidential knowledge. Please hear as I explain these great mysteries to you. So this is yet another statement in the verse of Lord Sri Krishna himself, where he glorifies Uddhav and expresses his affection, love, confidence, friendship he has with Uddhav. Parikshita vacha. So when Uddhav heard all this from Narad Muni, he could not stand it. Like the previous persons, yesterday we mentioned how he went all over, starting with Prayag, then South India, then to Amaravati. Where is Amaravati? Capital of Indra is called Amaravati. Then he goes to Satyalok, that's Brahmalok, goes to Kailash, goes to Vaikunt. From there he goes to Sutal planet. From there he goes to where Hanuman resides, like that. So as he was meeting those devotees and glorifying them, each one of them said, no, not me, Narad. It's someone else, more dear than myself. So please go to them, meet them. It's the same thing happened here. Uddhav also doesn't admit, no, there is someone more dear. In my opinion, my understanding, there is yet another one. Not just one, but many of those. Very favorite, most favorite devotees. Thinking like this, Uddhav was thinking like this. He gets up, he goes forward, he grabs the feet, lotus feet of Narad Muni, takes all the dust, kind of embraces feet of Narad while he is remembering those prasada bhara bhagjanaha, those who received prasad, the benediction, more special benediction. And as he's thinking of those devotees, of course he's thinking of devotees in Vrindavan, Vrajvasis he's thinking of. There are different kinds. Some Vrajvasis devotees in Sakhya Ras, some Vatsalya Ras, in some full of Madhurya Ras. He has all the, he's feeling fallen, or I am fallen. Compared to them, I'm a low class. Hina, Dina. And thinking like this, he's remembering those devotees. He begins now shedding tears, and there is emotion mentioned here. Matsarya satvikat pramudam gataha. Out of transcendental or sattvic jealousy. He's jealous, but this is not a mundane or envy, jealousy, governed or caused by passion or ignorance, or in goodness could also be a little bit. But this is sattvic, Shuddha sattvic. Bhav has aroused and is feeling jealous. Sanatana Goswami, there is so much here. I'm just throwing few drops, just sprinkling. After Arti, they throw a few drops. There's an ocean here. There's a Sindhu here. I'm just sharing some bindus from their Sindhu. It's an ocean, but this is just few drops. I'm missing so much. I'm skipping so much. And not that I'm grasping or understanding so much also. Just touching, just floating at the surface, trying to dive, but we could only dive deeper as per our capability, as different birds could fly at different levels only. Sparrow has its level and the Garud has its another, and like that. So Sanatana Goswami said, the bhava of jealousy, he explains that, intolerance of others' good fortune. Parasya utkarsha asahaniya. I read somewhere else. Parasya, others' utkarsha, progress, elevation, asahaniya. You cannot tolerate it. You can't stand it. You can't stand it. That's called jealousy. Rather, in this jealousy, listen to this. He entered, is the difference between the worldly jealousy, being jealous, and the jealous nature of the transcendentalists. In the jealousy, he entered even deeper into the trance of his attraction to Krishna. Just as devotees in the conjugal mood become even more blissfully attached to Krishna when jealous of his other lovers. Okay? Even if you don't get all that in first reading, you'll have to go back, homework for you to understand, realize, or accept this as a truth, and then realization is yet another. Accept this as a truth, this is a gyan, and then from gyan we have to transform that into vigyan, the realization, practical application, or assimilation. We hear, so we do not only want to store this as information or just a knowledge gathering. The goal is to assimilate, transformation, not just information, lot of information technology these days. But where is the transformation? We would like to see the transformation of our hearts, our consciousness, which Prabhupada used to call as a revolution in consciousness. Sri Mad Uddhava Uvacha. And now Uddhav is speaking. Says, addressing Narad, Sarvagya Satyavak Shrestha Mahamunivara Prabho. He addressed Narad Muni 4 addresses, 4 ways. There must be a reason why he is saying each one of this. Sarvagya. Sarvagya, you know everything. You know everything. But what you just said is not the right. But you know what is right. But why are you talking like this? That I am most favored. No, this is not right. You are Sarvagya. I know you know. I know you know. You must know who is most favored. Sarvak Shrestha. Your statements are Shrestha, the topmost. You are Mahamuni, Vara, again, Shrestha, Mahamuni amongst. You are not only Narad Muni, but you are Mahamuni, Mahanarad Muni. Prabhu, you are my master. Bhagavad Bhakti Margadi Tvaya Ihayat Gurunoktam. And you have said, you have written so much, and you have spoken so much about this marg, this path of Bhagavad Bhakti, Bhakti Sutras. Narad Bhakti Sutra is famous. You were there at Narad Kund, not far from Govardhan Hill. You know, you were also aspiring to join the rasa dance, considering that to be the topmost. Unnata Vujvala Ras with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared to deliver that Unnata Vujvala Rasam. All you just said about me and more is just evident, is self-evident to me. I knew it was true before you said it, and so did others. The commentary, Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana Goswami writes, O knower of everything, because Narad Muni was addressed as Sarvagya, meaning, O knower of everything. This, quote unquote, hints that Narad is aware of who indeed are Krishna's most favored devotees, led by the divine Srimati Radharani. You know this. Idanim yad vraje gatva. And then he's going to share his first-hand experience. He said, very recently I went to Vrindavan. I was in Braj. Well, while on the way to Vrindavan, I was also thinking, I was kind of proud of my very special position, how Lord loves me the most, and I'm most favorite devotee, and like I was thinking like this, and my pride was at a sky was a limit, like a Mount Meru. That was the height of my thinking. Oh, me must be special one, chosen one. But then he says, as I reached Vrindavan, and what I experienced there, immediately that Mount Meru like pride crumbled and crushed, became a pile of dust. Sadhya churnatam gataha, churna. Ayurveda, if you take Ayurveda medicine, there's churna, right? Powder, churna. So my pride became churna like that, crushed. Before he visited Braj, the same thing. Tat eva hi krishnasya tat prasadasya cha adbhuta. So then he said, oh, that was amazing sweetness that I experienced or I understood. And what was Maya Gyata Madhuri? Maya, by me, Gyata, I realized. What did I realize? Madhuri, the sweetness. I experienced sweetness of what? And he mentions three items here. The amazing sweetness of Krishna's mercy. That's one thing. Amazing sweetness of Krishna's mercy. Number two, amazing sweetness of love for him. Love for Krishna. That is also this amazing sweetness of love for Krishna. Mercy of Krishna, receiving, and then reciprocating, loving Krishna. There's this amazing sweetness. And third thing, amazing sweetness of those who possess that love. Means devotees of Vrindavan. Amazing sweetness of those who possess that love. So as Buddha was talking like this, he doesn't want to talk more. about these matters of what he experienced. He just said quickly in a condensed form, Natva Natva Munivara Maya Prarthase Kakobhistvam. And then Uddhav says, I offer my obeisances unto you again and again, O Narad. Let us not pursue this path. Let us not talk more about these matters. Sansrayetha viramam. Let us give viram. Let us stop talking about this. Shravanarasataha. This about topics about the ras. This topic about the ras, Braj, Raj and Braj Ras and Dhenu and Renu and Venu. Dhenu, the cows of Vrindavan. Renu, the dust of Vrindavan. Venu, the flute of Sri Krishna. And all this all talks of full of rasa. Oh, Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka. But let's put full stop to these talks. The reason being, Uddhav is thinking that if we continue talking, there certainly talks about the gopis and Radharani and their loving dealings with Krishna and Krishna's special favors for gopis and especially then Radharani. If these subject matters are spoken in the assembly here, who is sitting, the queens of Krishna from Dwarka are here. How would they feel if they hear that their husband has yet another, some lovers, and he loves more them than us? No, this won't be appropriate. That's one concern. The other concern is, one of the person in the audience, he's not sitting right there, but not far on the bed. He's lying, but he's not sleeping. He's up. He's hearing. And if he hears about residents of Vrindavan and hearing about gopis and Radha, he's going to be going deeper into that distressed state of his mind. It's going to be further agitation, and so better not talk more of these matters. Therefore, anyone familiar with Brihad Bhagavata Amrit knows, this again Srila Sanatana Goswami's commentary, knows very well that Uddhav said what Uddhav said and did in Braj, and what confidential ambition he revealed there. It is no secret that Uddhav discovered in Sri Brajadham that the gopis headed by Sri Radhika are the most intimately favored by Sri Krishna than himself. But at the present company, Uddhav wanted to avoid pursuing this topic. Parikshito vacha. Parikshit said, to who? Who did he? To Uttara. Because everything is Parikshito vacha. Even what Narad Muni said, and then Uddhav said, and this person said, and all this is spoken by Parikshit Maharaj unto Uttara. And where is this happening, this dialogue? On the bank of which river? Ganga. Where Ganga? Which Ganga? Which part of Ganga's bank? Shukta. Hastinapur. Just outside Hastinapur.